You're listening to The Money Hour with your host, Tina Mitchell, and co-host Keelan Harvey on Alternative Talk AM 1150. Now, back to the show with local mortgage experts Tina Mitchell and Keelan Harvey.
Welcome back to the Money Hour with your host, Tina Mitchell.
And co-host Keelan Harvey.
Your local mortgage experts right here on 1150 AM KKNW, the Saturday, August 25th show. We bring in studio each week the best of the best experts in our local market on everything money. We're here to help you in today's economy. If you're hearing our show at a different time or day, you are listening to a rebroadcast, but we're here to answer any questions or connect you with the guests that we have on the show today. Please call the show at 1-855-400-1150. Again, that's 1-855-400-1150 or online at themoneyhour.com. In studio right now, so excited, another first-time guest in studio and actually a really close friend with Keelan, Lee Robinson. Well, a close friend of mine as well.
Yes.
Lee Robinson, Remax, Eastside Brokers, and it's all about diversity. Lee, thank you so much for joining Keelan and I.
It's an absolute pleasure. I just want to say I'm actually closer to Tina.
Thank you, Lee.
Just wanted to square that away straight away. But, it's brilliant. Thank you for having me in today.
So excited. And a little bit about Lee. Lee is a native of England who began his career as a professional soccer player for teams spanning from UK to Canada, never losing his passion for the game. His role transitioned into a coach of CEO of two successful companies, having reconnected with his childhood sweetheart who had immigrated to the U.S. many years ago. Lee made the decision to leave England, get married, inherit two dogs, and head to Seattle, which he now calls home. Growing up, he was inspired by the architecture of England. He found himself equally inspired with the architectural of Seattle and the surrounding cities. Quickly realized that he wanted to be involved in some way, which is when his passion led him to the real estate market. Again, welcome, Lee.
Thank you.
Well, Lee, my family is from England too, 100% English. And maybe that's why you like Tina better. I don't know.
No. Can Tina hear me?
Yes.
I like you now.
Oh, cheers. Cheers.
We got two English and two soccer players here. This is awesome.
Yeah, we're both diehard Manchester United
and our
fans.
little visitors into soccer.
Yeah, soccer visitors. It's a soccer day.
We're actually members of the Seattle Red Army as well.
That's right. The second official Manchester United supporters in the United States.
Wow.
And it was announced on Manchester United's Facebook. So that's a big deal.
We're legit.
We're legit now. It's official. We're getting way off topic here.
Go ahead, Keelan.
Your experience as a pro athlete, Lee, how does that serve you as a real estate professional?
There are a lot of similarities. The drive, it's relentless. The ambition, the hard work. It's repetition. You have to be able to take knockbacks and get back up. Keep going. It's a mental toughness that you need. It's instilled in you as a young boy, and you have this competitive streak all the time. And irregardless to what's happening around you, you get back on and you have a goal, and you do whatever it takes to achieve that.
Now, Lee would never admit this, but every soccer player in the world wishes they played professionally in England. It's the cream of the crop. It's the best league in the world. So he competed literally against probably millions of people to make it to the tippy top. And when you look at the richest clubs, the people getting paid the most, it's all soccer in England. So, I mean, we're talking elite, like really hard way to get to the top.
Well, and when you, and yeah, congratulations for that, Lee. And you know, when you're successful and you have killed it somewhere in life, that's what you bring and that's who you are. So, and I love your accent as well, Lee. It's just it's so fun listening to you.
Have you ever been to Australia?
And I have not, but I'd love to go to Australia.
People are often thinking I'm Australian. No.
Yeah, but you're not.
24 hours away via plane, but
yeah.
It's pretty close. We're neighbours.
Love that. So, Lee, tell us a little bit about the transition of learning a new trade from the bottom at the age of 28.
So, we've just touched on a little bit about me being a professional athlete, which was hard work, lots of desire, passion.
Yeah.
I want to go right the way back. So, my first job was at 13 on a market stall. And then I got that hard work ethic instilled in me there. I earned my own money. So then we went on to be a sports person, idolised and signing autographs, things like that. People chanting your name, where sometimes not always in a positive manner, depending on
how well you're playing.
Yeah. So fortunately, sometimes you don't hear all of that, but like I say, the resilience that you practice everything hours and hours and hours so that you are at the highest level at that particular time. And then through injury and some bad decisions, I had to start again from scratch. And at the age of 28, I had no education. I was always this. I knew everything about this. So I had a few coaching badges, and I needed to think about where I needed to go in direction. So my stepfather was a floor layer and my brother. So what I had to do then was I begged them to take me on for free and train me. So they very kindly did say, yeah, you can help us for free. Fantastic. So yeah, I continued to do that. I built it up and built it up and built it up. And I got established. Openings started occurring. I got to... it was a really hard decision though, at the age of 28 when you've got nowhere to go.
Yes.
And you have to really reevaluate everything. I spent a few months on ramen noodles. And
my husband Dave still eats ramen noodles. That's why we had that house fire. He was cooking top ramen. That's ramen noodles, right?
He likes his,
That's how we had a kitchen fire. Go ahead, Lee.
So he likes his well done, I see.
Yeah, he does.
So then I built up a business, and I just applied everything I'd done in my life: hard work, dedication, passion, desire, and I had a goal. And I was even more fired up to success by then. And I built up the flooring company. So then eventually I was working in the houses of the people that I was playing against and with, and the multi-millionaires. And then all my work was in London for top designers. And I'd really excelled in that point, and I saw an opportunity. So I ended up employing the people that hired me for free. And that was... I hate talking about myself anyway. Well, that's the truth. That's what happened, and I drove to do that. So yeah, it was a very difficult time at that particular time when I was 28, nowhere to go. I didn't apply myself properly education. I'd made some decisions, and then so that's it.
Well, and you shouldn't feel bad or awkward talking about yourself, because you do have that story of tragedy to triumph, and you do have that experience of what you've gone through, and I love it. I'm just so privileged to have you as a friend, Lee. So
Lee, you became a CEO eventually of this company, and he wouldn't say it, but we're talking like Wayne Rooney. We're talking about gigs, John Terry. I'd hate to say Yaya Toure because he plays for City, but him too. Is that
like behind the scenes thing? I have no idea who that is.
We're not fans of Manchester City. We'll just say that. They're across the town, and Manchester's red. Just to let everybody know.
Dirty Blues.
Yeah. So as a CEO, how does that serve you as being an agent? Now you started your career being an agent and took that same mindset. So how's that served you?
So as I grew that company, I expanded and expanded. I need to generate trust in the people around me. And so what that made me do is look at other people's strengths, talents, where I had weaknesses, where my strengths were, and I delegated out and resourced out the work where I knew I could trust in them, and that meant I could grow and have that sustainability. So that's why majority of my work, I lived in Manchester, a lot of my work was in London. I did all the Premier League players, and to be fair, it made me sick of how much money they were earning. They won the lottery every single week. We're talking about the equivalent of LeBron James and them sort of superstardom players. And as a CEO, you just have to watch the market. You have to be able to make decisions and pivot as things change. Be accountable and offer solutions for people. And most of all, understand people and have that connection, because everybody have different perceptions, different lives, different stories. So you have to be understanding to a certain degree. And I sort of had a knack of getting the most out of people. Like, I was coached my whole life. I always had mentors. So I found a knack of having people wanted to do more for me. And I still find that now. But the problem is here, not enough people know about me.
Well, we're trying to fix that, Lee. That's why we have you on the show here at the Money Hour at 1150 AM KKNW. So, Lee, let's talk about competing, because one of your strongest attributes is being competitive and being able to have that competition spirit. So how does that serve you at a really high level as an agent, and gives you a little bit of a competitive edge when it comes to competing in the real estate arena?
It's unbelievable. I had 3 brothers, all very close in age. We used to compete for everything: socks, the bath, toilet, everything.
It probably wasn't funny at the time, but yes.
We once had a discussion about who liked ketchup the most, and that went on for so that's how competitive I can even make a competition out of who likes ketchup. So of course it helps. It helps in every way. I compete for my clients. I compete to get my clients. I want to get the best for them. I get involved. I want to know their stories. I want to know, build a relationship. A lot of my clients, as I come here, text me every day. I'm like, leave me alone. I'm busy. So that's the sort of rapport I have with these people, and I love it. It's a lot of this is very transferable into real estate.
Love it.
Generating these relationships.
So, Lee, your love for football found you again in real estate. Tell us a little bit about that.
So, this sport is amazing. You have to say to the granddaughter there that you play this, you can play it your whole life. You can be 8, 6, right the way up to 40, 50, and still you've got that social aspect. You meet people. And that's exactly what happens with me. We'll go and play a pickup game somewhere, and you'll meet all walks of earth, every job, everyone. So it's happened to me twice now. I met a broker. He offered me a position straight away, and I got qualified. And then I moved to Seattle. We got relocated, and the same thing happened. I was playing soccer, and I hate saying soccer. I was playing football. Yeah. So
it is kind of confusing.
So it is. That's it. It transfers into that, but also now I'm a coach. I coach at a high level. I've got an A license, so I give back through that. We're discussing at the moment of starting a foundation. Everybody should be able to afford to play this game.
Yes.
And I would love to give everybody the opportunity to play it. It's only the fortunate that do at the moment. So I'd like to give back to that. And that's where I get to meet the families and friends, and the social aspect's great.
You know, I love that. And that's really what life is about. Life is about giving back, but at the same time, finding that space and an opportunity that supports what you're doing, financially what you're doing, and emotionally what you want to do and what you're passionate about. And I'm really excited to continue to watch your journey here, Lee, in the United States, and the friendship that you and Keelan are building around soccer. And it's really exciting. So, Lee, one last question, because we've got to wrap up the show. I'm having so much fun. I don't want to end. You're equally enjoying representing buyers and sellers. And you mentioned one commonality with them is negotiation.
Yeah, negotiation has been part of my life all the way through. When you were a CEO back in England, we're negotiating fuel costs, because I ran a transport company as well, and maintenance, prices, employees. You're negotiating all the time. So this is very similar. You want the best price, best value for money for your buyer.
Yes.
And you want to fully protect them and make sure that they're fully protected right the way through the process. The negotiation with the seller is from the off, is the fact that you should never devalue you in terms of what your worth is and what you can do for that person. There's a lot of people that do negotiate down at the start, and I don't particularly want that person to negotiate on my behalf. So that's, I know, could be a touchy subject, so we'll smooth over that. So, the power of negotiation is fantastic. And if we were to negotiate right now, it's all about the silence, so it wouldn't make good radio.
Okay, so we just need to stare at each other for a few minutes.
Just before we end it up, I don't think anybody else is getting paid here today, other than me. The power of negotiation.
All All right, so on that note, we're ending our time here with Lee. Lee, thank you so much. It was such a privilege to have you here with us today, and look forward to having you back. And this is your host, Tina Mitchell.
And co-host Keelan Harvey.
He was a little delayed in his response there, but we're signing off for the day. We'll be here same time next week, right here at 11:50 a.m. KKNW. Everybody enjoy the rest of your weekend.